welcome, David, once again.
Yes, thank you very much. Yes, we did the last video about the fake history of Islam, that it sounds like a total joke, focusing on the Sunni Shia history and Imam
Right?
Ali, and the history seems to be totally invented as if it doesn't exist, that there is no history of Islam in the Middle East. So Islam could not have come from the Middle East. And there were some comments saying, hey, the photographs aren't clear. Well, the thing is, you know what people should do? People should just look online. You can type the names of these cities. You'll find hundreds of photos. Yeah, type in the year 1880, 1881, 1860, 1865, 66, 67. It's not very hard. Well, anyway, here is Samarra City. You know, on when British spies are inspecting it, it's not a city, as you can see, it's a village. Yeah, and you can clearly see that many of the buildings are new, even the square ones on the left-hand side. Yes, and it's basically in the middle of nowhere with a path going down to the river. Yes, so this Samarra, the third holiest shrine that formed after the Battle of Karbala, doesn't exist. Yeah. Now the thing is, many people were asking, what is this? Okay. The first pic, the tower. Yes, and that just shows, again around World War One, British reconnaissance planes going over Samarra village, yeah, which people claim it was a city with thousands of people going there for centuries. Well, we don't see no evidence of this, and the population grew even by that time. That in 1860, we can't imagine anything being there, and many of the buildings look new even from the air. Now, this minaret photo that we're seeing, they're telling us it's an ancient minaret that's been there for centuries. Yes. So if anybody does a little examination of this so-called Great Mosque of Samarra, that's what it's called. Yes, they say, it was destroyed during the Mongol invaded, blah, 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 Tunisia battle. And they say the original was around 52 meters high, 33 meters wide at the base. But anyway, if we have a look at it today, the thing is, today, this actual tower that's there, we could just go through the history. It is 19 meters tall. Yes, you see?
19 meters, yeah.
Yeah, so it's suspicious history. And the thing is, as we can see that, the Great Mosque of Cordoba in Spain, they're hiding the history of this building too, that because it's been modified, yes, and they're claiming that it used to be a mosque, and they're saying the number of parallel naves of the mosques reached 19. The number of columns are reached 1293, but the parallel naves, if anybody knows construction, this is no coincidence when the building was modified. But anyway, this minaret, yes, if some people are trying to contest what this minaret is, the name of this minaret is, what do you call it? Yes, Abu Dulaf. Abu Dulaf. And the Abbasid history is just a total joke. The same history, you can go through it. It's full of 19s and that. Like, for example, 19th of March, 1970, after the Fatimid conquest of Egypt, yes, and the so-called Mosque of Ibn Tulun, which is another fraud. Yeah, the Sunni Shia battles. He entered Ibn Tulun Mosque and did the prayer on the 19th of March, 970. And just in case, yeah, if you don't know which is Ibn Tulun Mosque, let me just show you it. The mosque was, it's not even a mosque. We can tell that the British modified this building while the place was under their administration. I've been there myself. It's a strange building that it looks clear that it was industrial premises that has been modified. Yes, it's an amazing building. The thing is, this building is so amazing, you can't contest against it. You can't contest the greatness. The thing is, let me just show you. I went there and I thought, there's no resemblance to a mosque. There is no evidence of a mosque. It is just in the middle of Cairo. It must have served some industrial purpose. It got building, yes, and thing is amazing. Well, let's not divert, but the suspicious history. People are going to turn. What about the Fatimids? What about this? What about that? So the thing is, and let me show you. an idea of what's going on. Now they'll turn and say, many people will turn around and say, it was the Caliph al-Mutawakil. Yes, he was one of the most famous caliphs in Islam. Yes, and let's have a look at this Caliph al-Mutawakil. Yes, al-Mutawakil. Yes, yeah, he built 19 palaces that we know. It could be up to 20, but you know, official historians say, you know, 19 palaces. Yes, he built them in Samarra, this place, the third holy shrine. Yes, as you can see, he alone built 19 palaces. You know, nothing suspicious about these things. And then we've got evidence about this. And what about these manuscripts, coins, blah, 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 everybody are finding, you know, the history to verify al-Mutawakil. The most famous manuscripts, the Arabic papyri of Gafar or Jafar al-Mutawakil al-Allah. Yes, you know, this papyrus is 27.5 times 19 centimeters. You know, these people who are doing these things, you know, made sure that they even got the dimensions correct. You know, the history must stay alive. Yes, and then let's have a look at these al-Mutawakil coins, you know, to verify his existence. Yeah, his coins and his dinars from the Madinat al-Mutawakiliya mint, you know, the dinars are 19 millimeters. This is just so amazing. I just love history, don't you? Yes. You know, so the thing is, you know, this history is not suspicious. Yeah, would you not say so? Well, anyway, the shrine, the thing is, the history is more deeper. I'm just giving you a bit of averages here. I'm genuinely going to have to write about these things because it's actually just so ridiculous that the thing is, you know, the thing is, for example, let me just show you the other things. It just goes so deep that the thing is, people will have to study these themselves. And the thing is, for example, let me just find something. Yeah, Caliph al-Mutawakil, yes, he built an amazing palace. It was demolished by Caliph al-Mutasim, yes, one of his palaces. Yeah, people in Samarra, the same city that people will say there's nothing there, destroyed. Okay, even find remains there. It's just an empty desert.
Sorry,
But
David, sorry
even
to
in
interrupt
the
you, only because for today, for some reason, the Facebook wall quality is really not so good. Can you maybe try calling me back again, or maybe changing position or something?
okay,
There's
let me
something
just finish
strange.
this sentence.
Yes.
It turned around and says that there's 19 arches, you know, when you go inside this this minaret. Yes, that's 19 meters high. Yeah, cancel it and check if it's good quality or bad. Check it.
No, no,
Okay.
I can listen to it and it's okay, but that like too often it's like you know, can't properly hear you. So I'm just wondering, maybe switch Wi-Fi or
No?
something. The connection is
Okay.
not so good. I
Let me
don't know
try
why.
again. Okay,
Okay?
I'll cancel the main internet. I'll try and do it off the mobile phone
Yeah,
Wi-Fi.
right,
Maybe
maybe
that
that.
will be
Yeah.
better.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay.
Great.
Hello.
Yes. All right, David, we
Is it
continue.
better now?
I definitely hope so. Let's see.
Um, shall I start again or just
No,
continue?
no, no, just continue. It's, you know, there's just a few glimpses, but I just know if it goes on, it's really annoying. But it's good enough. Just continue. I think it should be okay.
Yes, but as you can see, the thing is, the history is totally suspicious. Why is it in meters, for example? Why is it 19 this and that? Yes.
Right.
So the thing is, it's just totally ridiculous. And then people will talk about the Islamic Caliphate of the Abbasids in Iraq, and then they'll mention these great fortresses and battles and things like, for example, there is this fortress here. It is called Al-Uqaydir, Al-Uqaydir Fortress. Yeah, 50 kilometers south of Karbala, where the battle happened. Yes, between the Sunnis and the Shiites. And if anybody just has let's have a look at the description of this so-called fortress. Yes, whoever built it, yeah, or anything, they're going to tell us it's ancient, but mysteriously, what do you call it? Approximately 120 miles of south of Baghdad, complex encompassing a mosque, palace, bathhouse. Yeah, in a rectangular limestone masonry. The wall is 19 meters high of this complex. It just says it all. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So the thing is, whoever is doing all this has left yeah, has left their they've left their
Fingerprints, yeah.
blueprint there. And then Samarra for the archaeological surroundings from the center. According to historians, they have decided to choose that they will do a 19-kilometer boundary of the city planning. Yes, so that they will know where is the archaeological limits of the history of this city. Oh, yeah, just 19 kilometers. Nothing suspicious about this history of Islam here, is there now? Yes. So people are going to contest and say, hey, the thing is, this history, etc., is genuine. But what are we supposed to say? So now the thing is, they will say Al Mutawakil, this great caliph who's based in Samarra, yeah, yeah, they'll say there will be people who'll say 20 palaces, but it's known that he built about 19. Yes. So the thing is, the thing, let's see. Oh yes, and then Al Mutawakil, because he was having problems in Mecca, and Hijaz is the area of Mecca, and then it goes all the way from Mecca, Hijaz down to Yemen, and Mecca's in the middle. So Al Mutawakil, yes, this caliph, yes, with the Sunni Shia history, yes, after his rule extended over there, he made his son the Prince Regent, or the authority over the Hijaz, Mecca, Medina, Yemen, and he decided this on the 19th of April. Nothing suspicious about any of this thing. Well, anyway, if somebody's contesting this Al-Dulaf mosque, where the minaret is outside the city, yes, and people can check it is well known that there's 19 arches, yes, along the walls. Yes, you can read it. 19 arches, on the courtyard facade. So these things are totally suspicious. Yeah. Don't you think it's suspicious?
Well, indeed,
Or
especially
do
if
you
it's
think no,
well,
there's nothing
especially if it's
suspicious about
old
them?
dates, like from the year 800 supposedly, and they know it's exactly on the 19th of March. I mean, that's curious, of course, these kind of things. Or that, of course, also all the constructions, or also
Yeah,
who would
yeah.
ever say, no matter what list you have, who would ever say that there are about 19? If anything, I would say there's about 20. So that's also very
Yeah,
strange.
20. Yes. Yes. So now the thing is, here it is. It's well known. People have visited there. It's called Abu Dalaf or Abu Dulaf. Yeah, maybe I'm pronouncing it wrong. So it's 19 meters high. Let me just send you a photograph, because many people are saying, what is that stick that's outside the city? So here, let me just send the photograph again. They're saying it's a historical, minaret of a mosque, and it looks nothing like a mosque. And there's nobody there to go to this mosque. It seems so strange. And then they're telling us there's another big mosque inside the city, or not the city, inside a few streets in that wall. That is no city. Yes, I've sent you the picture again. That is no city, my dear sir. Yeah. So
Yeah.
the thing is, people are going to say, hey, David, this is uh, not enough, but people can find pictures themselves. There's many things online to confirm this. So now the thing is, at this great mosque of Samarra, yes, yes. So now the thing is, it's 33 meters wide. 33 meters wide, this Abu Dulaf, or great mosque of Samarra. And let me just show this, or many people will find it hard to understand. Yes, but 19 is mentioned in the Quran. Yeah, and people will have to read my books about that. This is nobody else mentions it. Nobody. So the thing is, of course, I'm going to mention it's in the Quran. It doesn't mean that just because I'm citing a source, it means that I'm trying to say this is, the religion, no, that you should be checking or anything. No, I'm not saying anything like that. All I'm saying is that hey, it's totally suspicious. You know, this thing, it's just totally suspicious that nobody is telling you to beware, and you're going to find it, and then you will know what is the truth and what is a lie. So the thing is, even based on that, based on we're talking about a Muslim holy site, based on what the Muslim holy book says, you know, it's suspicious what's going on here. And let me just show what the 33 is, because many people will not understand this. So let me just show. The thing is, the flower of life has got 19 circles. Yeah, this is in my book, codes. Yeah, matrix codes, people will find it. Yeah, because many people, matrix still cannot see the connection. I've only mentioned it in one video, I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm just sending you the picture. It's going very slow. I don't know why, for some reason. Yeah. Damn, it's not actually going. Yeah. Yes, it's gone. So there's 19 circles in the flower of life. Yes, and outside the center, there's 3 different patterns which are known as the 6 and the 6 and the 6. Yes, and this is explained clearly in my book, Flower of Life. Now, inside this 19 circles, yes, inside this 19 circles in the Flower of Life, yes, when the Flower of Life is the like the second dimension, and then once we do it 3-dimensionally, yeah, there's 33 circles. Now the thing is, for the 33 circles, I'm sending you the image. Yes, you should have got that. And the thing is, how is it 33 circles? It's one ball at the top, 6 balls at the next level, 19 balls going around the center. For the flower of life, 6 balls below that and 1 below that, and it forms a perfect cube. Yes, it's just simple mathematics. And the cube, or what people will say, the Kaaba. Yes. So the thing is, this is mathematics. Yes. So mathematics is knowledge. Now, some people will think it's scary. It is not scary. It is just simple knowledge. Now, the thing is, knowledge actually makes you free. That's why the name is Muhammad, or Muhammad, or Maha means great, and maths, or math means truth. That's why he was called Muhammad. And in Hebrew, Amat or Emet means truth. Yes, but anyway, let's move forward about this so-called Great Mosque of Samarra. Some people will say it's 32 point something, the base, you know, but it means nothing, nothing to debate about there. Well, anyway, the thing is, you'll find this 19, you know, the scientists are giving out bogus data in science. You can find more information about this in my book, Ancient Egypt Did Not Exist. Like, look at this 19. They're telling us, you know, dementia and Alzheimer's disease, you know, as you slowly lose your memory, yes, it forms mainly because of beef and pork. Yes, depending on the amount of beef, but it's mainly pork chops, Alzheimer's and dementia. You know, when you start losing your memory, yeah, believe it or not, yeah, you can go through this. It's well documented. It's caused by pork, but it's something to do with 19%. Yeah, they found data and it shows. But anyway, I just thought I'll pass this on. Alzheimer's and dementia. The thing is, the National Institute of Health in the United States. Yeah, it tells you the thing is pork, and the amount of, you know, bread with chemicals, processed bread. Yes. So the thing is, pork is, this is amazing. I can't believe that people don't care about their life as people grow. I spoke to this. The only reason why I've got this here is because I spoke to this lady in Australia just a few days ago. Yeah, and she turned around to me and said, "Hey, the thing is, you know, I don't remember much." And we were talking about Neighbours and Home and Away, some drama that's in Australia. And I was surprised she couldn't even remember many of the characters, like Jim Robinson, Helen Daniels, and many other people. And then I turned around and said, "What do you eat?" And then I checked through, and you know, I showed her pork makes you lose your memory. Yes, it's in the New York Times as well. You know, slowly The thing is, you know, slowly Alzheimer's, demented, you become demented, you know. So the thing is, will you talk to somebody who's got memory problems? Yeah. Well, anyway, this wasn't enough. Last night, the thing is, I don't normally look at YouTube, but last night, the thing is, I was just going through some messages. I thought, hey, I'll go through the messages. Let's see what people have wrote. While I was going through the messages, yes, by accident, yes, what do you call it? Yeah, I thought, let's see what Muslims say. Yeah, so I thought I just opened a video. It was along the side of one of your videos that I opened, yeah. And then in England, we've got this strange story. Yes. The thing is, I didn't notice it. I think I was abroad at the time when this was media news. And the thing is, there was a strange story going around. Yes, I didn't hear of this story until about last year. So the thing is, there's this story about they call it grooming of women, prostitution, girls, teenage girls, and things like this. Yeah, so they called it the Rotherham or Rotherham case. Something very very strange. Rotherham murders, kidnappings, and you know, children
Hmm.
aged 14, 15 involved in sexual cases or something. Yeah, Rotherham, and they call it grooming or something in England. Yeah, they call it a grooming gang. And then the thing is, it became a famous story, and it became a very big famous story. Let me just show you just show you the headlines. It's like the thing is, it's even disgusting. I didn't want to didn't even want to see it. Don't even want to know it. It's because, you know, when you hear these kind of stories, the thing is, it sounds ridiculous. So the thing is, they talk about child protection, and the thing is, parental responsibility. What are parents doing in society today? And they turned around and said in the media, it was like I think a Muslim gang, and
Hmm.
linked with you know, other gangs who are non-Muslims and other strange things anyway. So I thought I'd just do a quick search on this story. Check this story out. I mean, I don't even know what to say. Yes, I don't even know what to say. But this is how the official government in England and the official media and the government press reported it. They turned around and said, the Rotherham grooming gang, 19 men got arrested. Excuse me, what's going on here? Yeah, 19 men got arrested. Now, the thing is, and charged. And the people who got sent to prison, the trial, it was a televised trial. I checked. I only found out yesterday. It was a famous trial here. You know, like Epstein, like the Epstein thing in America. So they turn around and say the people who were jailed between 19 and 35 years for you know, abuse gang. I don't even want to mention these stories. They sound disgusting. So the thing is, let me just send it again. The official story, Wikipedia. People can check this, the whole story. Yeah. So they're saying 19 men and 2 women were convicted in 2016. Oh, was it 2016 now? Yeah, I don't think I was in England at that time, so no wonder I haven't heard of this story. Yes. So the thing is, let's see how many legal charges were brought against them by the state in England. Um,
Oh.
8 men were found guilty of 19 charges. Excuse me, of things like assault and other disgusting things. Yeah, but the thing is, 19 charges. This is you know, the thing is, and and then the media was talking about there's an epidemic going on in England. England's in danger. The media was frightening everybody, saying, "Beware of your children." How many children were affected in these things of underage cases and things? 19,000 children have been identified. Excuse me.
Hmm.
19,000 children have been identified according to official data. What's going on here? Yeah. And one of the there was somebody who was involved in you know, you know, forced things, and he was one of the major criminals in this case. And the thing is, he got up to 19 years in prison. Excuse me. Yeah. And the thing is, 19 years in prison. Yeah. And the thing is, you can even check the legal people who are involved. They turn around and say they got sent to prison for up to 19 to 35 years, 19. And then if you read the official government police report, yeah, when I saw that, it says at the Rotherham, Sheffield Crown Court, the trial has been for 6 people more charged with some murder connected to this case. Murder, yes, it was on trial since 19th of April 2023. I mean, there's nothing suspicious about here. Yeah. Oh, the media advertised this. It's not just in the police report. They're advertising 19th of April, 2023 in the media. And what do you call it? And the people who were arrested for these charges, who were arrested, what do you call it? There was a dead body or something that was found before for the murder, the trial. They found the dead body. The police found it or something. Found it, or when the police entered the building. It was on Monday, 19th of September. Yes, when the body was discovered. Excuse me, what's going on here? Can you see it? Yeah, I'm going to enlarge this so that people can read this. 19th of September, then they go on trial after the following 19th of April. Don't you find this? Can you see this? Can you see this?
Yeah.
Yes. So the thing is, so they turn around and say this Rotherham grooming gang or something. Yes. It just goes on and on. This is just like the Epstein story. So it's in my book, Alpha and the Omega Code. So it says they found another man was charged. This was a famous story, and the people that he assaulted, yes, were between the ages of 15 to 19. Now, the thing is, this is also in my book, Matrix Codes, but if people want to understand this 19, the Matrix Codes and Alpha and Omega Codes and Napoleon didn't exist, or otherwise people are not going to understand this. Yes. So the thing is, we can, then the government, the Rotherham, this district in England, they did an official government report and an inquiry, and this is what they did. We took a randomized sample of 19 current and 19 historic cases of exploitation. They did 19 current cases and 19 historic cases. Why did they choose 19? Why not 20? You know what I mean? Yeah.
And of course it says independent inquiry.
Yeah. Oh, these independent inquiry are sponsored by the state. Yeah. So then the thing is, other cases came out that were linked to this case, something to do with the Sikh community, and then it turned, and then another case was linked to this, and it was reported that they were investigating another 19 cases throughout the UK outside Rotherham. They were investigating 19. Yeah. So the 8 men who were charged, there was a bulk trial of 8 men, and these 8 men were given up to 19 years of sentencing. Yeah. They all just happened to be Muslims as well, they were saying. All, or maybe all, I don't know, I didn't check that bit, the original religion. And then the thing is, the Home Office report, which was originally released and then published by the British press. Check this out. The original report was published on the 19th of December 2020. There is nothing suspicious here, Raphael. Nothing. Yes. And then what do you call it? So then they do if you go through the evidence of the data that after this Rotherham report, the data that they published in this report and everything had something to do with, let me just see, I've not got the full sentence before me, people can check it themselves instead of complaining. The report had a problem that the data is 19 out of more than 40 cases. You know what I mean? Ah, I've got it. Not 40 cases, 40 police forces. So I opened it up. Thank God I've got this ready. Yeah, because some people will say, David, the data is incomplete. Yeah, so this report that they made is from 19 out of more than 40 police forces, and it's more than a decade old. Why did they choose to make a report of data of 19 police forces out of a total of 40? In case somebody's saying, you know, I'll expand this and I'll make it bigger. I'll send it to you. You can tell everybody who is linked to this thing, the independent inquiry, the police inquiry, you know, the state inquiry, you know, the media, everything. Everybody is involved in this, and they're all using 19. The legal courts, they sentenced them for 90 years. And then let me just show you. This Muslim posted this. So this is why I turned on. I'll go through this. So they've made a video saying lying statistics for Pakistan grooming gangs. Oh, I would have said it by mistake, India, because when I went to school, the teacher, you know, his education was when Pakistan was part of India, same like Alaska is part of the United States, and England was part of the European Union. So I generally seem to say Indians, but I apologize if in some previous videos I've said the word Indians when it should refer to Pakistanis. But anyway, the official data here is suspicious. Now, let me just show you here. Now, the thing is, it's so suspicious here that it doesn't make any common sense. Now, out of 100, 100 is a maximum number. Out of 100, how many offenders are we going to find based on race? So now they're going to say that, let's say out of Asian other, you're going to find 595 offenders out of 100. How can you find 595 people in 100? Eh? That doesn't make sense. How can you find 460? And then the other thing is, let's check this out. So now what the British government made a report, which sounds totally racist. The thing is almost even racist against anybody, white people, black people, or something. This report was just so suspicious. Can you imagine this? Now they've got this report here to claim that rape cases or I think it's abuse cases of the grooming or whatever it was, this case, this thing. They turn around and say, who were the people who were involved? They say 217 of the cases were Asian other. Is this Chinese? Is this Korean? Is this Japanese? Is this Indian? Is this Sri Lanka? Is this Nepal? Is this Iranians? Is this Saudis? Saudi Arabia is in Asia. Is this Turks? Now, then they say black other. What is the definition? Then they say 22. Then they say Pakistani is 30. So now the media reported that the Pakistani gangs were the groomers, but then we found the data shows 217. The majority were Asian other. Where are they from? Vietnam? Indonesia? Singapore? Hong Kong? Yes. Then they turn around and say, look, white British, 346. Now, what is the definition of white British? I'm classified as white British. Yes, but then the thing is, white European, I wouldn't be classified as white European because they would say you're Southern European. Italians are not classified as white European. Yes, Polish are not classified as white European. White European would be, you know, west of Germany. So they would say, David, you're not white European. You're Greek. You're Bulgarian. You're Romanian. You're Austrian. Or Austrians, half of the Czech Republic especially, would definitely not be classified as white European, or Slovakia, or Hungary. So the thing is, what is the definition of white British? Does this include Polish? What when they say British? Because so who are these white British? Yeah, British residents, because at that time England was part of the European Union. Then so the statistics, when they say white British, are they condemning the people who are in the homeland of England? So who are these Asian others? They don't seem to be Pakistani or Bangladeshi. Yes, you know, the data, it's like it's totally that whoever compiled this report, yeah, it seems to be like you know, trying to give British people a bad name. Somebody's going to turn around and think white British men can't control themselves or they're involved in this. What is the because according to statistics in for my city, I'm classified as white British, but then the thing is, according to European Union data, I would be classified as Eastern European or Southern Europe. What the hell is this? So then the data doesn't make sense. Even the drugs data and what they're showing, let's say this person, they made a data showing what do you call it? Yes, the data that's coming in the United States, we can't even trust this official data. So this person saying lies and evil doings across the world, lifetime drug use by race. Yes, and they're showing that 80 more than 80 million people take illicit drugs in the United States. What the hell is going on here? Cocaine, more than 25%. What the hell is going on here? You know, amongst the white races in the United States. If this data is true, I would be genuinely worried, because many of these people don't get married and they don't have children. And how the hell are they looking after their children anyway? So the thing is, one, this person made the video. Yeah, the thing is, I actually sent her a message yesterday because I could tell that this person was very upset. They made this video several years ago, and I said, hey, contact me. I'll send you a copy of my books, because the thing is, this sort of thing is dividing Europe. Because the thing is, the data shows that the Pakistan people, yeah, are not involved in this grooming. That the thing is, there's maximum 30 cases or something, yes, out of the total, and the majority is other people. But the media advertised it like it was all Pakistan people. Then let me just show you what else. This media story was so suspicious. Check this out. They turn around and say there was this Muslim woman. Yes. And they turn around and say that she wasn't originally Muslim, but she was a woman who claimed to be Muslim, and her name is Shafin A. Ali, Shafina Ali, Shafina Ali. And the thing is, the police couldn't identify her. Oh, check this out. In England, we've got cameras everywhere, but not a single camera, not a single photo. This woman basically doesn't exist. Oh, this story is just number 19. Yeah, we can't find this history of anything in this case. And then the thing is, we've got a single photograph of her from the 1970s to identify this woman. Then they turn around and say there's a Muslim police officer in the case. And the thing is, this Muslim police officer, which is very suspicious, that, and the thing is, we can't seem to find much information about him. That let me just see that mysteriously. I tried to find information about him. I couldn't find anything apart from strange story. He died in a road traffic accident. Let me just see this yesterday. I'm sure I checked this yesterday because I thought, let me just see if I can find the story. I couldn't find anything. So this is when I thought, and then if that is not suspicious enough, so that then let me just show a similar case. Yeah, a similar case, because then people would genuinely think there is something going on here. Mariyn Monroe. Yeah, let's have a look at Mariyn Monroe. Mariyn Monroe, her Brentwood home. Let's have a look at this. This is not suspicious, is it not? Her Brentwood home is 19,000 square feet. She's supposed to have lived there, but many people say that she didn't even live there or anything. So her Brentwood home, let's have a look. She filmed The Misfits in a house. Let's see, Mariyn Monroe was an Irish too. Yeah, when she filmed The Misfits. Ah, yeah, let's have a look. Famous films. She was paid for The Misfits 190,000 British pounds. Who knows how they calculated this based on what exchange rate? So the thing is, when did Mariyn Monroe come into the movie world? Her first ever screening, you know, auditioning, etc. Mariyn Monroe was on July the 19th, 1946. This is the first time, you know, she's coming auditioning. Sure, July the 19th, 1946. Yes, and then the thing is, her suicide letter, you know, or her death letter, or mysterious circumstances. So she did the personal letter, you know, when she's saying, I'm going through a hard time, blah, 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 everything, yeah, is dated December the 19th, you know, 1961, her most famous letter. You know, if you just go through a story, yes, the thing is, yeah, there's a photograph of Mariyn Monroe. The most famous photograph is Mariyn and John F. Kennedy. Let me just send this photograph. This is just totally suspicious. Mariyn Monroe and John F. Kennedy. There's a famous photograph of them. Let me just see. Oh, I'm trying to find it online. Yeah, damn. Let me just find this. And 1962, May 1962. Yes, where she sings, happy birthday to you, to the president, blah, blah, blah. May 1962.
Right, you
Yes,
mentioned this, although it wasn't even his birthday or something like this, right?
yes. So she sings happy birthday to the president. Yeah, happy birthday. Yeah. Um, I'm just trying to find it online. I'm trying to make it quick, but yeah. But anyway, yes, she sang for his birthday. Yeah, I'm not sure if they're together, but it's a famous story. Yes, happy birthday, Mr. President, to you. Yeah. So now let's check this out. This is totally just a joke. Yes. The thing is, Mariyn Monroe. The photograph. Yeah, the photograph was on May the 19th, 1962. So that's when she met him and did the singing. It's the only photograph of Mariyn Monroe and John F. Kennedy together. I'm trying to find it. Yeah, and it's the only one. Yeah, Mariyn Monroe. I'm trying to find this photograph. I'm not sure where it is. Yeah, it's somewhere online. Many of the photographs are fake, but this is the only one. So it's at the Hollywood Executive or something, the only known photograph anyway, according to Time magazine. Yeah. So the thing is, um, yeah. Oh yeah, Mariyn Monroe's grave marker. Yeah, was sold. It was a famous story. It was sold for 190 euros. Yeah, I don't know why they didn't publish it in pounds or dollars, but when they reported it, oh yeah, her classic car was auctioned. Yeah, and when they reported it around the world, and the thing is, there's similar stories of just garbage going around. Marilyn Monroe, Michael Jackson, you'll find the same 19. The car is expected to fetch $190,000. How do you know? Why can't you say it was expected to fetch $200,000? Oh, yeah, similar stories. Michael Jackson's crystal-studded glove fetched $190,000. They're playing around with these currencies. Marilyn Monroe's baseball, her hard ball, let's see, fetched a record price at the auction, 190,000. Yeah, there's other things being sold on the day Marilyn Monroe's things, but the main stories of many of these things, the main media stories, has got the number 19 in there somewhere. Yes. So the thing is, Marilyn Monroe, when did she first get married? Look at this. Yeah, she got married just after her 16th birthday to James Dougherty. Yeah, look at this. You're going to think this is just too much of a joke. 19th of June, 1942. Don't you? And yeah. Oh yeah. The thing is, her love letter was famous, and then her final movie, her final picture, when she did the After Misfits and everything. Yeah, whatever it was, they've got a 19-minute reel of a movie, which was made. Her final ever recording is 19 minutes long. Nothing suspicious. Can you see this? Yeah. Can you see all
Mm-hmm,
this?
mm-hmm.
Yes. So the thing is, we can just keep on going. Now, the thing is, if people don't have a look at my books, then the thing is, they're not going to understand these things. You're not going to get to the bottom of all these things. Like somebody's going to say, you wrote about Donald Trump. Yeah. What about Obama? It's just the same story. It goes on and on and on.
Mm-hmm.
The Obama story is just another joke. Yeah. Let me just show this. I was going to put it in a book. I haven't had the time. But the thing is, if anybody goes through it, they'll say, hey, I've read your Donald Trump codes. And wait, let me just show that if anybody wants to check this 19 and Donald Trump, yeah, then you will know that the thing is, Western countries are a beautiful place. Unfortunately, if we have a real democracy, people are going to fight. People disagree. Yes, we all disagree. People will fight. Yeah, it's like we have different opinions on different things. Yes. So the thing is, yeah, the thing is, I like it that they've set up this political system that we've got, is because many people are just not going to be rational. Yes. So the politics in the elections we've got is all totally a fake, and you'll find the same 19 codes. So be it. Yeah, I like it. It's peaceful. It's enjoyable. It's showtime.
Well,
It's
peaceful
something.
for whom is the question, you know?
The thing is, okay, I'm not going to lie to you. Many people say, hey, you're from a privileged background, David, privileged family. But now, if somebody's going to turn around and say, I'm just the average Joe Public, then the thing is, the average Joe Public is, if you want to wake up, if you really want to, then you've got to make the effort to learn. I went through a nightmare learning these things. I spent hundreds of thousands of dollars learning these things. I'm not going to lie. It cost me a lot. Yeah, somebody will say I had access to funds because my family was wealthy. Okay, but these days there's the internet. A lot of things are free. A lot of things are cheap
Right.
as well. My books have been downloaded more than 1 million times. Yeah, in Vietnam, for example, I only found out this week that my books have been shared like crazy. Like one person had a post for my books, and he contacted me and said, "Hey, just off my blogs, more than 1,000 downloads for each edition." And I thought, "Oh, bloody hell!" Yeah. Well, anyway, let's go through Obama. I've not got this prepared in order because, but I'll just give a few examples. So now the thing is, Obama. Yeah, illegal immigrants or something to do with him, and many people complained it was disrespect. And then it turned around and says Obama made a bill about born of migrants or something, citizenship or something to do with this, and the bill in the Senate passed in an 80 to 19 vote against, and it was signed into law that October. Yeah, etc. So this is one example. I'll do this pretty fast so that people can see many examples of the Obama administration. You won't understand this if you don't read the Donald Trump quotes. Now, the TPP, what do you call it? Yes, despite a final agreement, the text withheld from the public until the TPP was not available until after the Canadian election for October the 19th. Yeah, WikiLeaks. It was to be withheld, but WikiLeaks released that news, so it shows WikiLeaks is part of this scam that they're reporting this things. Oh, let's see, the national interest reported, at that Obama's administration time, immigration was a big issue. 19,000 criminal illegal immigrants were released from custody 2015. 19,000 were released? Yeah, why couldn't they choose 20? Now, the thing is, if you go to history.com, let me just get this ready, make it a bit bigger. Now, the thing is, Clinton announced the DADT policy in 1993. Yes, on July the 19th, 1993. And then when it got passed into Congress, this became a big issue during the time of the Obama administration. Yeah, it was a big issue at the time, political scandal. Yeah. And the thing is, there was a wedding while Obama at the White House while Obama was president. It was a famous wedding at the time, highly televised. It was on October the 19th, 2013. Yeah, of somebody called Patty Lease or Pete Souza. Not sure. I'm not American. When I'm writing the book, I'll probably have this in more detail. But let's see. This is even more suspicious. The data that they're talking about. The thing is, Senator McCain had 190,000 supporters on in Facebook, with Obama with 2 million supporters or something, October the 9th. And then MySpace. MySpace was famous back in those days.
Yeah.
Senator McCain had 190,000 and Obama had 749,000. The 74 and the 19 are both linked together, these numbers. Yes, it's explained more in my book. Oh yeah, the TPP, Trans-Pacific Partnership, yeah, which what's his name, Donald Trump got rid of on the first day. The Trans-Pacific Partnership that Obama designed, yeah. What do you call it? At first, they had 19 points of disagreements, and leaked documents. WikiLeaks got involved, etc. You know what I mean, yeah. But and then eventually they agreed the agreement after they had 19 disagreement points when they were getting this thing done. Now let's have a look. Mitt Romney against Obama. It just keeps on going. It needs a full book on this. Yeah, it says Mitt Romney in 2012 had more than 190,000 votes over Obama. I'm not sure which constituency or state that was, but let's see. Obama made his first trip outside the US. Let's have a look. Yeah, Obama made his first trip outside of the US on 19th of February. And when I'm writing the book, I'll write down who he went to meet. Yeah, but that's what he did. Yeah.
Hmm.
So as you can see, this is just suspicious information. Obamacare. Let's have a look at this. Obamacare. Yeah. Obamacare. What did it do? Yes. Obamacare has saved the lives of 19,000 adults, according to it was in Forbes, CNBC. It was on the news. Nobody's checking all this data. Yeah, but when while Obama was president and things like that, they're saying it's been like this for a long time. What do you call it? Yes. The thing is, Biden's campaign manager salaries or something to do with the president's salaries, $190,000. It can't be 200,000. It has to be 190. Yes. And Obama made his amazing speech. I mentioned this with what's his name, with Andreas, and somebody said, "What's he talking about Obama for?" But let me show you. So the thing is, he made his famous speech at the Brandenburg Gate, the collapse of communism, on 19th of June 2013. This is very famous in Europe, maybe not in America, but for us Europeans, it was very famous. So I've said I like his speeches. It doesn't mean I like him. I like Trump's speeches. For me, it's showtime. I like it. Yeah, of course I know it's all a joke, but Angela Merkel, I love Angela Merkel's speeches. Angela Merkel, even if she's a fake, the thing is, I really like Angela Merkel because in her speeches, in many of them, and what she did was she helped to build Europe. Not everybody is a bad image in the New World Order. Yeah, I genuinely like her speeches, even though they're rigged and staged. But the thing is, to be honest, I'm sorry if people don't agree with me. Well, anyway, let's go back to Obama's Trans-Pacific Partnership, TPP. Yes, they had 19 formal negotiation rounds. That's how many they had, the original negotiations. And after this, that's when they got their TPP was shaped and modeled. Yeah, nothing suspicious about this. The entire history. Yes, the entire history. Obamacare. Let's see, more than even the donors and everything. It's same like Donald Trump. If anybody's read the Donald Trump codes, they're going to say, "Oh my God, David, this is just exactly the same." It's like they're using the same blueprint for the media, for the news, for the stories. They're just modifying it slightly. It's exactly the same for the donors, for everything. Damn. The thing is, my mouse isn't working right now while I'm trying to send this on my computer. Yeah, that if somebody just reads the news, what we're going to find is, for example, the thing is, for Obamacare coverage for the state of Louisiana, which was a key state in the election time in 2016, they said 190,000 Louisianans can't get coverage for Obamacare. Why does it have to be 190,000? Who counted this? Who did the statistics? Who did the data?
Yeah.
And then let's see, for Obama's re-election campaign 2012, 190,000 people were first-time donors. It was the first time they ever donated. 190,000 people. How do you know it's the first time they ever donated? Yeah. Did you count them? Did you ask? Did you ask, is this the first time you're ever donating? Yeah. Where did you ask? On the websites? And why does it have to be one to do with 19? Yeah. So the thing is, let's have a look at this. So Obama, yeah, it just goes on. But are you beginning to see it? Are you beginning
Indeed.
to see the pattern? Yeah. Karen, Obama's which city? I'm not sure which city. The thing is, Obama's Flint visits in Flint. Flint must be the city, was home to 190,000 residents. Why are they telling us? When Obama visits Paris, they don't tell us how many people live in Paris. When Obama came to Berlin, they didn't say Berlin is the city home to this many number of people. So they're telling us it's got 190,000. Now, Donald Trump's first year, what does this say? Non-farm payrolls were expected to increase by 190,000 in December. But God knows what this is, but the data, everything that they're saying is just totally, let's see, the black vote turnout. The black vote was very important during the Obama election and re-election. And then after that, so they mention it, 2016 election. when somebody looks at the news and everything, because many people were following it saying Obama, because of his color, the black thing, it says the enthusiasm gap showed itself in Genoese County, anchored by the city of Flint. So now Flint mysteriously had 190,000 people, and then it says Clinton's margin of victory was 19,000 votes advantage in Flint. Excuse me, why does it have to be 19 again? So as you can see, there is something totally wrong. I'm going to have to write a book about this because there's too many. I've just sent you like like 10% of the data that it's so suspicious that I don't even know what to say. Let's say let's go to ancient Egypt now, and then you're going to find this is just totally suspicious. Yeah. The thing is, let's talk about archaeological reports in history. Nobody bothers to read archaeology reports. Let's say these so-called scientists, they said we've just done our carbon dating testing, our historical reports, etc. Okay, let's go through some of their reports. Yeah. So now there is the pharaoh. There is a famous pharaoh. What's his name? Akhenaten. Now let's see who was the pharaoh Akhenaten. Yeah, I was going to write a book about this, but I haven't had the time. Believe it or not, I'm a very busy person. Yes. So the thing is, yeah, if Akhenaten, let me just show who this pharaoh or whatever it is. Akhenaten. Oh, Akhenaten was the planned city, not the pharaoh. The ancient Egyptian name Akhenaten, planned city of the god of Aten. Yes, yeah. And they're saying was the planned city. If they're saying it was, it means they didn't build it. And then if anybody goes there today, they're saying the thing is they were planning to build a city, but they never made it. Yeah. And then the strange thing is, if anybody has a look at this city, that they've shown what this city would have looked like. Yeah, it actually looks like the Temple of Solomon. Yes, in the Bible. Yes, it looks like the first images. Yeah, the idea. And then if anybody goes there today, you're not going to find anything there. Just something there, and they're going to say we found lots of historical remains here, even though there's nothing there. Let me just show you. And then they're going to say these are the ancient historical ruins, and this is how we know the history of this god called Aten and all this other stuff. Yeah, and people will say Moses copied. Yeah, sure. Has anybody ever investigated this stuff? And then they're going to say, the Jewish people have lied about the history of Moses. There's nothing there. And let's just have a look at these so-called scientists. Yeah, we've got people from the desert, and they're just going to show us people, and we're going to think, oh no, these people are experts. These people are really know what they're doing. Yeah, we're going to believe these guys. There's nothing there, guys. And they're telling us we've figured out the history of Akhenaten. Let me just show what history, why Akhenaten is so-called important to them. Akhenaten and the god called Aten. So the thing is, many people, you'll find this. The thing is, people are in the Tartaria groups, and then they're going to tell us that this is what they're officially going to tell us of the so-called first one sun god, and they're trying to say that what do you call it? Original Christianity, original Islam, and original Judaism, especially the Jewish people, they're saying, have faked it and they've copied it and they've stolen this idea of Aten, the sole god of the Egyptian state religion, whatever. Yeah, well, let's go through these archaeological reports. People can find them online. There's many of them. Here is one of the major reports. Yes, that you go through. It's so deep that that you're going to think it's too difficult to even understand it. But anybody who reads it is going to think, I don't even want to read this. So they claimed that they found all these skulls and bones there and other things, etc. In Tel Al Amarna. Tel Al Amarna is not located there, but the family of Akhenaten. Tel Al Amarna. Don't put the other thing first. Tel Amarna, Aten family. So they're going to say these pharaohs, yeah, Akhenaten and his family, and for this Aten god, yeah, have all been buried in Tel Al Amarna. Yes. So now, if we go through the report of Tel Al Amarna, now you can go back to that report page, yes, of these so-called scientists. You'll find this data, you know, Wikipedia, other pages, that they've said that they found these skulls and bones there of the dead people. Yeah, so they found them. So now I'm going to enlarge this so that people can read through it. And they say that out of these now, in terms of the lumbar and thoracic vertebrae, 18 males express whatever damage to the bodies. Yeah, of the females, 126 small nodes were present on 23 individuals. 3 probable females showed 8, and 4 indeterminate individuals expressed 7 small nodules. So now the males exhibited 98 on the thoracic region. So now when we calculate this small nodes, yes, it's actually 19% of the males have been found with this small nodes on the thoracic region. 19%. Whoa, this is very crucial data. This shows that these people have really examined the dead bodies. Let's go through these scientific reports that nobody ever questions and they're not allowed to. Also relating to the vertebral damages, because they say many of these bones have got damages, it's evidence of war that they got injured. This is how they say we found evidence of war. So now they say also relating to vertebral traumatic injuries, spondylosis or whatever was present in 19 people. Oh, yes, yeah. Oh, they've done this, and then they do the comparison. Yeah, let me just make this bigger so that somebody can see this, because it's actually a joke if anybody reads this report. Yeah, so based on these 19 people, now I've made it bigger. The top line will show the 19 people. And so when we examine these 19 people, we are going to find the calculation does not total the same ratio with the 12 males, the 12 males within the 19 people, measuring 63%, which is n equals 19, in comparison to the females at 32%, which is also n equals 19. This is their analysis ratio of some n is the probability which they've calculated. Actually, these reports, and let me just show you the reports with if somebody's going to say this is not major data, it is. The main data, the main summary of spondylolysis by sex, or the total, is 19 people. Yes, and then when we read the bottom of this, out of the 19 individuals expressing this pathology, one is a young adult, 8 are adults, 1 individuals, which is 19%, n equals 43. Excuse me, 19 just has to come in again. I'm being serious. If anybody, let me just show what this spondylolysis or whatever, vertebral, whatever. I've actually forgotten this. The thing is, these reports, yeah, I hope one day I find it. It shows that ulnar fractures are common along the proximal third of the ulna, whatever it is, along the hands, injuries. So now let's see these ulnar fractures, and let's go through these. Yeah, individual fractures of these ulnar fractures. Let's go through them. Of this royal family of the Aten that worship the Aten, this Aten Akhenaten's dynasty. Out of 23 individual fractures, 19 were located in the distal end, suggesting a common type of injury between the male and females. Whoa, these ulnar fractures or whatever. So now let's go through, and then the thing is, so the when the Akhenaten's family and all this was found, they advertised it at what do you call it? Advertised it at which museum? Let me see. At the Brooklyn Museum, they advertised it. Yes, and the dates to advertise that people will know about Akhenaten, this Aten Sun King, was on September the 19th, 1973. Oh, it has to be the 19th of September. We can't let it be on the 18th or the 20th. Are you beginning to see what's going on here? Yeah, it's just so now the thing is, let's go through this report of all these fractures. That they said that there was a trauma in Akhenaten's family's population of within this graveyard, you know, in Tel Al Amarna. Yeah, from the preserved bones, let's see, the percentage of individuals by sex of the fractures. What fractures are these? Total ulnae bones. The ulnae bones and the fractures, 12% of the males and 11% of the females. So now, when we go through by the small nodes, the percent of individuals by sex with the pathology includes 19% of the males and 13% of the females. Whoa, 19 just happens to be amongst the major data. Now, what is this? Oh, what is this disease that in the joints or whatever that they're talking about? I don't know. People can slow the video down. They can pause it, go through the report. They can download these reports themselves. Some degenerative joint disease called osteoarthritis or something. Yeah. So now this disease, let's examine. Yeah, let's go a bit further into this. Yeah, spondylolysis. The thing is, spondylolysis just happens to be common these days, according to a spondylolysis. Let me just show you spondylolysis. If I can find it. No. Can't find it, so we'll focus on that some other time. But anyway, going back to this report, yeah, going back to this report, I forgot what this is for. I saved it a long time ago because somebody was asking me about this place, that there's nothing there. It looks like they've just put a stick there that looks like a male organ. And it turned around and says, the remaining 30 individuals consist of 1 in adult phase I and 2 in adult phase II, and 18 adult phase II, and 19 old adult individuals. Oh, whatever. I'm not sure what this is, but the thing is, when I went through this report, I just thought it was ridiculous. The amount of 19s. What is this anyway? This is from 233 individuals who've been evacuated and analysed up to date. Yeah. So how many people were analysed total? Out of 233, so the 19 people were whatever, 19%, 19 this, that. Yeah, spinal fractures. I'm not sure what these fractures are, but it just goes on. Let's see through the spinal fractures.
And just to be clear, they are using this report to try to determine that a city was being built, which most likely actually never was built.
And the wars and the battles. Then they invented the story and said, oh, his uncle had a battle with his cousin. His cousin picked up a brick, threw it on his head. Or this other man was in this battle. Here is the proof. He had a leg injury. You see? They've just invented these things, and we don't even know if these bones so the ulnar fractures. Before I sent you pictures of the ulnar, yeah, let's have a look. This report, yeah, concerning isolated ulnar fractures, 28 occurred amongst females and 19 males. Why did it have to be 19 males from this family? Yeah, I've got the ulnar fractures. The report just goes on and on. It's just the thing is so now the thing is let's see. There is something else here. I forgot what this is. It's like if I'm going to write this in a book, of course, I'm going to write it with the notes at the bottom. However, when the males and females are combined with the probable, it means probable means guess, and probable females respectively, another guess, the calculation does not total the same ratio with the 12 males measuring N19, their N19. So it's just probable. This is guesses. And then who knows what's going on here. And then what's even worse, this Tel al-Amarna tombs, let's see where this Akhenaten or this Aten family is buried, and they didn't finish building the city, and the city, we can't even find it. Somebody just put a stick there. This is the larger of two groups of tombs containing 19 numbered tombs. It's like, let's pretend right now I'm going to let's see if I've got 100 t-shirts. I'm going to divide them into groups, 19 groups. So they've put them into 19 groups of tombs. Who the hell are these people? This is the Amarna project, and this report is from the Amarna project report. Oh, look at this. It's just a joke that when you go through these so-called injuries, you know, in the family, it says the expression of degenerative joint disease. Yeah, I sent you the page before, between the sexes of the people of Akhetaten in the males. Yeah, the thoracic region is affected by pathology 22 times, followed by the lumbar at 19, and the cervical totaling 9. Why does it have to be 19? Why? You see? So
Hmm.
the spawnal or whatever that I mentioned before, in case people are thinking, yeah, I think I've sent them in the wrong order. The spawnal disease and the other thing. But anyway, it's a common spinal disc herniation. But the thing is, they said they found these bones. They said and they've what do you call it? Oh yeah, out of the 19 individuals, yeah, when I showed the table before, the main table in this report, out of these 19 individuals, spondylolysis also varies by life stage. Out of the 19 individuals expressing this pathology, one is a young adult, 8 are adult eye phase individuals, 19%. Yeah, once again, and then one is adult phase 2, which is 14%, and 5 are adult phase 3, which is 15%, but n equals 33 at this stage. So the entire report is just bogus. It is just a joke. Oh no, it's true. You know, and let's just have a look at this city of Akhenaten once again. And anybody who has a look at this city, yeah, you know, there is nothing there. It's just a plain empty field, and it's just your imagination that they're trying to tell us that this place would have looked like this, basically like the Temple of Solomon or something. Yes, and they're saying the Temple of Solomon idea and everything was copied from here. And then I forgot the
Hmm.
central stone slab that they found here was actually 90 measured by 19. I'm not sure where it is. It's somewhere on my computer. No joke, believe me, the central slab of stone or something that they found here, because they found nothing there. And it looks like they built it themselves and they put it there. And yeah, I've made it bigger. And then they're saying Akhenaten, and this was the first monotheism. Yeah, that many people are saying it. Okay, what are you basing this on? Yeah, stories that they've told you. Akhenaten, first monotheist or first one God. And they're saying, you know, it was copied, the Old Testament and everything. Whereas the truth is, they've invented this themselves. They've invented
Hmm.
this themselves because they want to. And then the other thing is, yes, let me just show you. The important thing. This is very important. Yes, because they're trying to hide the meaning of Akhenaten. We're speaking in English, yeah, but if we're going to speak in Egyptian, yeah, if you went to Egypt today, they'll say Akhenaten, Adon, yes, and this is where the biblical word Adonai came from. Aton,
Hmm.
Adon, Adonai. And then the thing is, in the Old Testament, but many people will say, the thing is, where did this come from before then? They will have to read my book, The Last Crusade. Who was the Don of the Crusades? Yeah, it just means master in Hebrew and in Greek. That's why they say Don Rodriguez. Yes, the Vatican was given the name Don, the title during the Crusades, and the Vatican and their allies came from Egypt. Yes, Aten, Adon, Adonai. Yes, once again, we go back to Egypt. So, and Egypt was the sun god. They've lied about the history of Akhenaten because they're trying to say it was copied. No, they inserted Adonai into the Old Testament because the Old Testament is the history of the Middle Ages. Yes, so if anybody is looking for this Aten god, look no further. It's Adonai. It is Adonai. That's why you know, many people say Baruch Atah Adonai. Yeah, some people will say Baruch Hashem. Yeah, but Baruch Adonai. Yes, if you go to Israel today, or Baruch Hashem. Yeah. So the thing is, but it is well known. The thing is, before many people went to Israel in 1948, before they learned this modern Hebrew, and this modern Hebrew, which is similar to Old Hebrew, which is Old Hebrew comes from the Arabic. Yeah, ask any Moroccan Jews, ask any Turkish Jews, ask many other Jews from Spain, from their grandparents, and they will say they used to say Barakatullah or Barakat Atallah or Barakatullah. Allah. Yes, but now the young generation who was born there, because we've got a new generation, same like the Chinese who and the Hong Kong who were born in Britain. Many of them cannot even speak Chinese or Hong Kongese. They genuinely can't. The Koreans in Koreatown, I went there in Los Angeles. Many of them can't speak Korean at all. Well, it's
Hmm.
like you know, I love the Korean language. Like when I answer my telephone for a laugh, I say to many of my friends, or I used to, 여보세요, 누구세요? Yeah, the 진짜 죽을래. Yeah. Or if any of my friends came to disturb me, I say, 여기서 뭐 하는 거야? 반대패. It's because the Korean, but when I went to Koreatown, I was surprised they couldn't speak it. So,
Yeah.
yeah. 여기서 뭐 하는 거야 means, what the hell are you doing here, yo?
Mm.
Yeah, 반대패 means, yo, tell me, what are you saying? So, I look, and 여보세요, it seemed like saying, yo, what's up? Or who's this? Or moshi mosh. In Japan, you know,
Right.
the movies will say moshi moshi, but you say to your friends, you say moshi mosh, moshi mosh. That's how you'll say it. Yeah, if you've hung around there long enough. Yeah. So the thing is, that's the Korean language. But anyway, as you can see, this Adon and Adonai, people will have to see these so-called Greek Gospels that didn't come from Greece and that ancient Egypt didn't exist. The thing is, the thing is, many people will say, "Hey, we've listened to the videos. This isn't enough information. It's flimsy." I've already said many times that I cannot read out the entire book. Yeah, which is ridiculous. Some people are saying, "Hey, but what about this?" or "What about this?" Hey, David doesn't know about this. No, I do know. It's in the book, the rest of the information. So unfortunately, sometimes I can't mention these things. Yeah. So about Adon and Adonai, let me just show during the Middle Ages, um, 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 the Vatican insignia. This is in my book. Is it The Last Crusade? Which book? Yeah, The Last Crusade. This is in my book, The Last Crusade. Now, the thing is, I cannot give a full answer to this unless if somebody reads the book, the full details, because this is very complicating. Who the Vatican was known as the um, um, was known as Adonai or Adon or Aten in Europe. Yes, during the Middle Ages. Now, many people will say, we don't know this. Well, they can check this themselves. Yeah. And the thing is, during the during the during the Crusades, the Vatican insignia. I'm just trying to find it now. The insignia. Let me just see,
Yeah,
because
and
this insignia
let's wind
just
it
gives
down
it.
after this topic just so I can finish the video today. All right?
Okay, yeah, you don't have enough time. Yeah, let me just send this insignia, or somebody will think that I'm just inventing this story. Yes, but it will just take what a second. Let me just find it. If I actually I can't find it, but it's in that book, The Crusades. Yeah, it's in the book, The Crusades, the Inquisition. During the Inquisition, the Vatican took the official title, um, um, Adonis or Adonai, and people had to call them the Lord, the Lord. Yes,
Hmm.
let me just find. Um, can't believe it. I genuinely cannot find it. Yeah, Code 19. Yeah, orphan trains. The Last Crusade. Did I open up the correct book? I don't know, but the thing is, Dominus, 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 Dominus. Let me see if I can find it in the online. Dominus Inquisition. Maybe I will find it online. It's on the Vatican flag and the drapes and their offices. When you walked in, it was there. Yeah. So the thing is, people will just have to look for it. It's in one of my books somewhere. I've forgotten which one now. Damn, I thought it was in the Crusades. Maybe it's not in the Crusades. Yeah, but it's in one of my books anyway. So the Vatican one was known as the Lord, that you would have to address His Holiness as the Don. Like, in
Mm-hmm.
Spanish, Don Quixote. You've heard of that title?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Yeah. I don't want somebody to think I'm inventing it. If anybody knows a bit of Spanish, they can explain it. So Adon, and it means the Lord of the world. That's why we say the Garden of Eden. It's to do with the world. It's not to do with God or the Alpha and the Omega, the A and the L. Yes, what people call Allah. Yeah. So we'll leave it at that, but it's suspicious history, 19 this and that. And people are telling me to debate with Muslim priests about this so-called Muslim history of the battles between the Sunni and the Shia and the so-called monuments, palaces, everything. What am I supposed to debate about? What am I supposed to debate about? We can see that, half these stories, everything, is just invented stories, and they've falsified the history and they've modified it. But the evidence shows that the story of Sunni and Shia Islam history, it is the history of Europe between the Kingdom of Judah and the Kingdom of Israel. Israel was the Sunni and the Shia was Judah. Judah was in Western Europe, the Holy Roman Empire. And then the Bible condemns Eli, the priest Eli. It's because whoever wrote the Bible did not want the other side to get power at that time. So they condemned it. This does not mean that the Levite priests were the bad guys. This is something we don't know. Yes,
Mm-hmm.
we can speculate, but they condemned that side, killing off the entire family. So now the Shiites, they've remembered this, and this history. It shows that this history is from the Middle Ages. This also shows that the Old Testament is not only the history of the Middle Ages, but it is the history of Islam and Christianity. That Islam is Judaism, original Islam, and original Judaism is original Christianity. And this is what Professor Anatoly Fomenko pointed out, saying, hey, these stories are just from the Middle Ages. They're not from ancient times. They're not from, the 6th century and things like this, or 2,000 years ago, or 3,000 years ago, when they're telling us about Aaron and his descendants, the priests. It's just a total fabrication. Yes. Okay, Raphael, we'll leave it at that. I hope this has been surprising information for you. And for Obama, I didn't give him enough information. Read the Donald Trump book, guys. It's just too much to put in one video, too much. I
Yeah,
don't know what else to
there
say.
is a lot there. Thank you very much, David.
Okay, have a great day.